bald eagles, as any other predators in the food chain, really give us an idea of how the environment is doing. Because again, they are in the top of the food chain, we can know how much resources they are getting or not. And then, of course, if they're having enough resources, that means that those preys are having then lower in the food chain, better resources. I think that's one of the importances. But a couple of other things that are important, especially for the United States, is one is your national bird. So that has a special meaning for most of the American people, and also for some of the Native Americans and some other cultures. Bald eagles are considered spirit animals.
The bald eagle was chosen to be the symbol of the United States back in 1782. And it was chosen because it represented what we as a young country thought of ourselves: powerful, protective of family and territory, hardworking, if you will, and magnificent. We took our national symbol that appears on our money, on our flagpoles, on so many different things that represent the United States. It's revered as a logo for football teams and beer and motorcycles and just about anything else you can imagine. We took our national symbol and drove it to the brink of extinction. And that also says a lot about our country, unfortunately. Not such a complimentary thing, I might say. But when we realized we were about to lose the bald eagle entirely, a conservation effort began in the early 70s with the passage of the Endangered Species Act. We already had the Bald and Golden Eagle Protection Act, but it really took a concerted focus on bringing back the bald eagle from its endangered status and letting people get the chance to actually see one. It was very rare to see bald eagles here in Virginia. And in fact, when the Wildlife Center started in 1982 in the state of Virginia, there were only about 50 pairs of eagles in the entire state. And this used to be the area in the eastern United States with the highest population of all. And we were down to 50 pairs of eagles. So with the banning of DDT in the late 70s, with the protection of the nests, passage of the Endangered Species Act, with an awful lot of funding of research, and with the emergence of organizations like the Wildlife Center of Virginia, the bald eagle population began to grow.
Bald eagles are so much more common in the wild today than they were 10 years ago or 20 years ago. I mean, 15, 20 years ago, to see a bald eagle in the wild in Virginia was a very rare occurrence. People did not see them. And now they have become so much more commonplace. I think Buddy is in some sense a representation of that success story, that we have saved the bald eagle from the brink of extinction. We brought him back. And now when I go to Berkeley Plantation, or I go to some of the release sites that we use close to the Chesapeake, the people there are like, yeah, we got a lot of bald eagles around here. You bringing a bald eagle to release? Oh, okay. It's sort of a different mindset than it would have been 20 years ago because they are so common. So I think Buddy is a living example of that success story. And he's also a living example of the work that is done here at the center.